Have you ever stopped to think about those quiet health indicators, the ones that don't necessarily shout for attention but hold real significance for our future well-being? You know, the things we might easily overlook in the hustle and bustle of daily life, or perhaps even put off checking. Well, today we're going to focus on one of the most critical ones, something straightforward to monitor yet profoundly important for staying healthy and active as we navigate our later years. We are talking about keeping a close watch on your blood pressure. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, another thing to worry about. But honestly, understanding and tracking this simple number is truly about empowerment. It's about gaining knowledge that leads to greater peace of mind, helps prevent serious health scares down the line, and supports our desire to live freely and comfortably. Because high blood pressure, often called the silent killer, rarely gives warning signs until significant damage might already be underway, affecting our heart, brain, and kidneys. Knowing your numbers is the first step to taking proactive control. I was chatting with my neighbor Frank the other day, a lovely chap in his early 70s. His doctor recommended getting a home blood pressure cuff a while back. Frank made it a simple part of his weekly routine, just takes a minute or two each Sunday morning before his coffee. Because of this simple habit, he caught his pressure starting to creep up last month. Nothing alarming yet, but enough to warrant a call to his doctor. They made a small adjustment to his medication, and now he's back in the safe zone, avoiding what could have become a much bigger problem. It really brought home how a little vigilance provides such reassurance. So, hello and welcome. In this video, we'll explore just how easy it is to monitor your blood pressure yourself, how often to do it for reliable results, and what those numbers really mean for maintaining your health and independence. If you find this discussion valuable today, please give the video a thumbs up, it really helps. And if you enjoy practical advice like this, do consider subscribing so you don't miss our future chats. You know, my friend Eleanor down the street, she's always been pretty sensible. A few weeks back, she noticed her favorite pair of slacks felt a bit loose around the waist. Nothing drastic, mind you, just different. Now, Eleanor isn't one to obsess over numbers, but she does make it a habit to step on the scale about once a month, just to keep tabs. And sure enough, that feeling wasn't her imagination. She was down 5 pounds, and she hadn't been trying to lose weight at all. That little change, that number on the scale confirming what her trousers hinted at, was enough to make her think, better get this checked. It prompted a doctor's visit, and wouldn't you know it, they found a mild thyroid issue starting up. Thankfully, it was easily managed with medication, all because she caught it early. And that's really the heart of why keeping an eye on our weight matters so much as we age. It's not about fitting into old clothes or chasing some number, it's about listening to our bodies. Significant, unintentional changes on the scale, whether it's unexpected loss like Eleanor's which could signal thyroid trouble, infections, or sometimes even more serious things, or sudden weight gain which might indicate fluid retention, possibly linked to heart or kidney function, are clues. Our bodies are trying to tell us something might be off kilter. Ignoring these signals means potentially missing an early warning sign for something that could be treated much more easily if found sooner. So, here's a simple, practical piece of advice. Try to weigh yourself consistently. Maybe once a week, or if that feels like too much, aim for at least once a month. The best time is usually first thing in the morning, before breakfast and after you've used the restroom, so you get a consistent reading. Keep a little note of it, perhaps in a notebook or on your calendar. If you notice a shift of more than, say, 3 to 5 pounds up or down over a few weeks that you really can't explain through changes in diet or activity, it's worth mentioning to your doctor at your next visit. It's such a simple check-in, but it truly can be an important tool for staying on top of our health. Now, let me tell you about my good friend Jane. She's always been thorough, you know the type. And one habit she has, which I think is brilliant, is checking her skin. Every month, like clockwork, right after her shower when she's getting dressed, she takes just a minute or two to look herself over. Well, last month, doing her usual scan, she noticed a little mole on her forearm. It just seemed different, maybe a bit darker, perhaps the edge wasn't quite as smooth as she remembered. She didn't brush it off. She called her doctor, made an appointment, and got it looked at properly. Thankfully, it turned out to be absolutely nothing to worry about. Just a benign little spot, but oh, the relief she felt, knowing for sure, instead of letting that little seed of worry grow. And that really highlights why taking a moment to do a quick skin scan ourselves is so worthwhile. especially for us older folks. Our skin has seen a lot of sun over the years, hasn't it? Skin cancer becomes more common as we age, but here's the important part. It's very often treatable when detected early. Putting it off, thinking, oh, it's probably nothing, can lead to problems down the line. And it's not just about cancer. Sometimes our skin can show signs of other health conditions too. So, here's a simple piece of advice. Try to make it a monthly habit. Pick a day, maybe the first of the month. Find a room with good lighting, maybe your bathroom after a shower or bath. Take a good look all over, front, back, arms, legs, even places the sun doesn't usually reach like the soles of your feet or between your toes. Use a full-length mirror and a hand mirror to check tricky areas like your back, neck, and scalp. If you have trouble seeing certain spots, perhaps ask your spouse or a trusted family member to help. Remember those ABCDEs the dermatologists mention. A is for asymmetry. One half of the spot doesn't match the other. B is for border. The edges are uneven, scalloped, or poorly defined. C is for color. The color isn't uniform, maybe shades of brown, black, tan, or even white, red, or blue. D is for diameter. Typically larger than 6 millimeters, about the size of a pencil eraser, though sometimes they can be smaller. And E is for evolving. The mole or spot looks different from others or is changing in size, shape, color, or elevation. If anything seems off, or if you have a sore that doesn't heal, don't hesitate. Make that call to your doctor or dermatologist. It's always better to be sure. Alright, let's talk about something really important, something we don't often think about until it's too late, or balance. You know, my old walking buddy Arthur mentioned to me a while back that he was feeling a bit wobbly sometimes. Not falling, mind you, but just not as steady on his feet as he used to be. And that got me thinking, a fall can be really serious business for us older folks, can't it? It's not just the bumps and bruises. It can lead to broken bones, hospital stays, and sometimes it really knocks your confidence and independence right out from under you. Feeling unsteady isn't always just about getting older either. Sometimes it can be a little warning sign from your body about something else going on, maybe with your inner ear, or your nerves, or even just muscle weakness creeping in. But the good news is, there are simple things you can do right at home to check in on your balance. Arthur started doing this himself. He'd stand in his kitchen, holding onto the counter just lightly for safety, and practice standing on one foot for a few seconds. Then he'd try walking a straight line in his hallway, placing one foot directly in front of the other, heel to toe, like walking a pretend tightrope. He told me it made a real difference, not just in how steady he felt, but in his confidence getting around town again. So, here's a little something you can try, maybe once a month. Find a sturdy counter or chair back you can hold onto if needed. First, just try standing on one leg. See if you can hold it for about 10 seconds. Don't worry if you wobble, that's normal. Then try the other leg. Another good check is to stand with your feet right together, side by side. Then, if you feel up to it, try that heel-to-toe stance Arthur does, one foot right in front of the other. If any of these feel tricky or make you feel really unsteady, don't push it. Just practice them carefully, always holding on to something for support. And definitely mention it to your doctor next time you see them. It's a simple check-in, but keeping an eye on your balance is one of the best ways to stay active and independent for longer. Alright now, let's chat about something really important that often gets overlooked. Reviewing your medications. You know, as we get a bit older, it seems the collection of little bottles on the counter just grows. And with more medications, whether they're prescriptions, vitamins, or just something for aches and pains, it gets harder to keep track. It's easy to forget what each one is for, or worse, mix them up or take the wrong dose. This isn't just about confusion. Taking things incorrectly can lead to nasty side effects, dangerous interactions between drugs, or simply not getting the benefit you need. Sometimes we might not even need a certain pill anymore, or perhaps the dose needs adjusting as our bodies change. Take my good friend Betty, for instance. She plays bridge with me, sharp as a tack. Betty has a routine. Once a month, she sits down at her kitchen table and lays out every single pill bottle and supplement container she owns. She does a quick check. Why am I taking this? Is it still needed? Last month, doing just that, she realized she had 2 different bottles of the same water pill, filled at different times. She discovered she'd accidentally been taking a double dose on some days. Imagine that, Luckily, she caught it because of her monthly check and sorted it out straight away with her pharmacist. It really shows how easily mistakes can happen, even if you feel organized. So, here's what I suggest, and it's what Betty does. Once a month, take a few minutes to look over all your medications. That includes prescriptions, anything you buy over the counter, vitamins, herbal supplements, the works. Remind yourself why you're taking each one and quickly check the expiry dates. Make sure you're clear on the dosage instructions. Are you still taking it as prescribed? Then, perhaps twice a year or at least annually, put everything you take regularly into a bag and bring it to your doctor's appointment or have a dedicated chat with your pharmacist. They can give it a professional eye, check for interactions, and make sure everything is still appropriate for you. It's a simple habit that can prevent serious problems and give you peace of mind. Maintaining balance is absolutely crucial as we age. A fall isn't just a mishap, it can mean serious injury and losing independence. It might start subtly, feeling a bit wobbly, but ignoring it is risky. It affects our confidence too. Take my neighbor Arthur, 79. He dismissed stumbles as clumsiness until a small trip over a rug led to a fractured wrist. It set him back for months. So, please, check your balance regularly. Try standing on one foot near a counter for support, maybe while the kettle boils. If you feel unsteady, tell your doctor. It's a small check with big implications for staying safe. Then there's our medications. Consider my friend Betty, 82. She felt unusually tired and dizzy for weeks. Turns out, the new medication after a hospital visit interacted badly with one she'd taken for years. Nobody caught it because her list wasn't updated across doctors. Once sorted, she felt much better. Betty's case shows why reviewing medications is vital, especially with multiple specialists. Interactions or wrong doses can cause problems. So, here's simple advice. Once a month, or when a prescription changes, review everything you take. Keep an updated list. Better yet, ask your pharmacist or doctor for a quick review to ensure everything is safe and working together. These are like the simple checks we discussed. They take just minutes each month but make a world of difference to our health and peace of mind in these golden years. It's not about being worried, it's about being wise and proactive. Taking these small steps empowers us to stay ahead of potential problems and keep enjoying life fully. Remember, looking after yourself is the best investment you can make. Well, that about wraps it up for today, folks. We covered quite a bit about keeping tabs on our health right here at home. You know, these simple checks we discussed aren't meant to replace your doctor, not at all. But they are wonderful tools for staying informed about your own body. Being proactive is really the key as we get older. It allows us to catch little changes early, sometimes before they become big problems. Think about monitoring your blood pressure at home, for instance. It gives you and your doctor valuable information over time, not just a single snapshot during a visit. It helps paint a clearer picture of your health. I started doing that myself a few years back after my doctor suggested it, and it really put my mind at ease, knowing I could track things between appointments. It's empowering, truly. Don't ever feel like a small change isn't worth noting. Your body often whispers before it shouts. Listening to those whispers, maybe by doing a quick balance check like we showed, or noticing if you're getting breathless more easily, that's smart self-care. I recall my friend George dismissing his swollen ankles for weeks, thinking it was just old age. Turned out it was something his doctor needed to address promptly. Luckily, his wife convinced him to get it checked. It's far better to be cautious and check things out. Taking just 5 or 10 minutes regularly for these simple routines is a fantastic investment in your independence and your quality of life. It's about staying active and engaged for as long as possible. So, I really encourage you to try incorporating 1 or 2 of these checks into your routine. See what works for you. And please, always discuss any findings or concerns with your healthcare provider. They're your most important health partner. If you found this chat helpful today, do give the video a little thumbs up. It lets me know you liked it and helps others find our community. And if you're new here, maybe think about subscribing. We talk about all sorts of things relevant to us seniors staying healthy and happy. Drop a comment below too. What's one home health check you find particularly useful? Sharing our experiences helps us all. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Look after yourselves, stay well, and I hope to see you back here for the next video. Bye for now. Welcome, it's wonderful to connect with you today. As we journey through these meaningful later chapters of life, carrying the experience and wisdom of years, there are subtle shifts we might notice. Today, I want to talk about something incredibly important, yet surprisingly overlooked, something often dismissed with a wave of the hand as simply getting older. I'm talking about that persistent sense of fatigue, not just the normal tiredness after a full day, but that deeper weariness that seems to settle in and stick around day after day. You might be surprised to learn how truly critical paying close attention to this feeling is, especially right now. Why? Because your vitality, your energy, is the very currency of your independence. It fuels your ability to engage fully with family and friends, pursue hobbies you love, and simply savor the richness of daily life. Ignoring this persistent fatigue isn't just about feeling tired, it can subtly lead you to withdraw, to feel easily overwhelmed, and most importantly, it could be masking underlying health changes or nutritional needs that genuinely require your attention. It's more than just age, it's a signal. In our conversation today, we're going to delve into this crucial first sign your body might be sending. We'll explore why this lingering tiredness happens and discuss simple, empowering steps you can take. Understanding this one key aspect of your well-being can make a profound difference in protecting your health, your independence, and your peace of mind for the vibrant years ahead. If you find discussions like this helpful for navigating your health journey, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more insights tailored for you. Let's talk about something many of us notice as the years go by, that feeling that it just takes a bit longer to bounce back. Maybe it's recovering from a simple cold, feeling the muscle strain for days after a bit of gardening, or just needing more time to recharge after a busy day out with the grandkids. Now, why is paying attention to this recovery time so crucial for us right now? Well, our resilience, that wonderful ability to spring back, is honestly the bedrock of staying active and engaged. It's what gives us the confidence to say yes to that walk with a friend, yes to trying a new hobby, yes to living fully. Feeling like we can handle the physical side of life keeps our spirits high and our independence strong. But if we start noticing that recovery is dragging on and we ignore it, what happens? We might hesitate, right? We might start avoiding those very activities that bring us joy, perhaps fearing the lengthy downtime or the lingering aches. It's a slippery slope. Before you know it, you could find yourself living a smaller, more sedentary life, which isn't good for our bodies or our minds. Sometimes, even minor issues can become bigger problems if our recovery isn't optimal. Sure, part of this is just the natural rhythm of aging. Our internal repair crews, our immune systems, might not work quite as quickly as they used to. That's okay, it's part of the journey. But here's the empowering part. How we live, our daily choices, they play an enormous role in supporting these systems. We aren't just passive passengers here. So, what can we actively do? Think about nourishment. Are you getting enough good quality protein to help repair muscles? Are you including foods that fight inflammation? Those lovely colorful fruits and vegetables, maybe some oily fish. And crucially, are you truly listening when your body whispers, or sometimes shouts, that it needs rest after you pushed it? Honoring that need for downtime isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's working with your body, not against it. Remember, your body has an incredible, innate wisdom for healing. You have the power, right now, to actively support that process, to nurture your resilience, and keep that spring in your step for years to come. You absolutely can help yourself bounce back better. And speaking of how our bodies feel day to day, what about those familiar aches and creaks? Let's talk about something many of us experience, that creeping stiffness in our joints, maybe when we first get out of bed or after sitting for a bit. It's easy to just brush it off and say, oh, that's just getting older, isn't it? But perhaps we shouldn't be so quick to dismiss it. You see, how easily we move is incredibly important right now. It's directly linked to holding on to our independence. Doesn't it feel good to get around on our own terms? It affects our ability to truly enjoy life, whether that's getting down on the floor to play with the grandkids, tending to our garden, or simply walking comfortably through our own home. Our mobility is precious. If we just accept increasing stiffness as inevitable, it can slowly steal our freedom. Our range of motion might shrink without us even realizing it until one day we can't reach that top shelf anymore. It can lead to nagging, chronic discomfort that just wears us down. And perhaps saddest of all, it might make us give up activities and hobbies we'd truly love, shrinking our world bit by bit. Now, it's true our joints have seen some miles, and some wear is perfectly normal. But it's not the whole story. Things like inflammation in the body, how much water we drink, and the strength of the muscles supporting those joints make a huge difference in how they actually feel day to day. It's often more complex than just age. The good news is, we aren't helpless here. Simple things can bring surprising relief. Think about gentle movements, maybe trying some Tai Chi or even simple chair yoga stretches. Making sure we're drinking enough water throughout the day is crucial too. And don't hesitate to chat with your doctor. They might have suggestions, perhaps even about managing inflammation, that could really help. Please don't feel you have to just put up with feeling stiff and achy all the time. It doesn't have to be your constant companion. By paying attention and taking some simple, proactive steps, you absolutely can work towards moving with greater ease and comfort. You deserve to feel good in your body. Let's talk about something many of us notice. Those moments when our memory feels a bit fuzzy, or our focus isn't quite what it used to be. Perhaps you find yourself searching for a name, or lose your train of thought more often. It can be unsettling. Addressing these changes is so important now. Our mental sharpness affects our confidence, our ability to live independently and safely, and how we connect with loved ones. Keeping our minds active helps manage daily routines and decisions, ensuring we stay engaged in life. If we ignore these concerns, maybe out of fear, small frustrations can build into real anxiety. We might avoid social situations or struggle with tasks like tracking appointments or finances. This impacts our mood, well-being, and independence. Now, a little forgetfulness can be normal with age. Our brains change, but significant shifts shouldn't just be accepted. They're often linked to things we can influence: stress, sleep quality, nutrition, hydration, or even medications. Sometimes they might signal something worth discussing with a doctor. So, what can we do? Be proactive. Keep your brain active with things you enjoy: puzzles, reading, learning something new, engaging conversations. Stay connected socially, manage stress levels, and crucially, talk openly with your doctor about any concerns. They're your partner in health. Taking these steps isn't about decline, it's about taking charge. Caring for your cognitive health is powerful self-respect, ensuring you remain vibrant and capable. Noticing changes isn't weakness. It's the first step towards empowerment, keeping your mind sharp and spirit bright. So, we've touched on a few things. That tiredness that seems to linger, maybe taking a bit longer to bounce back after exertion, feeling a little stiffer in the mornings, or noticing those small slips in memory or concentration. Now, why are these little whispers so important to listen to, especially during these years? Because our bodies are changing, and paying attention now means we can actively shape how we experience this chapter. It's about maintaining our independence, having the energy to enjoy grandchildren or hobbies, and preserving that precious peace of mind. Ignoring these signals is like ignoring the low fuel light in your car. You might get a bit further, but eventually, you'll run into trouble. If we brush these signs aside, thinking, "Oh, that's just getting older," we risk letting small, manageable issues snowball. That fatigue could lead to less activity, which then weakens muscles and affects balance. Stiffness might discourage movement, leading to more pain and even isolation. Those memory lapses, if ignored, could delay identifying treatable conditions. We might find ourselves less able to do the things we love, more reliant on others, and frankly, missing out on the richness life still offers. But here's the wonderful part. These signs aren't necessarily a doom and gloom forecast. Think of them less as problems and more as valuable feedback. Your body, with all the wisdom it's gathered over the decades, is simply communicating its needs. It's asking for a different kind of care, perhaps a slight adjustment in fuel, maintenance, or driving style, if you will. So, what can we do? First, acknowledge these whispers without fear. Write them down if it helps. Then, consider making small, gentle changes. Maybe it's incorporating a short walk daily, trying some simple stretches, ensuring you're getting enough sleep, or even exploring brain-boosting activities like puzzles or learning something new. And crucially, don't hesitate to chat with your doctor. Think of it as a partnership. Bringing your observations to their expertise allows for proactive care, not reactive crisis management. Recognizing these signals early doesn't make you frail, it makes you wise. It gives you agency, the power to steer your own health journey. Taking care of yourself isn't a burden. It's the key to unlocking the vibrant, joyful, and meaningful experiences these golden years hold. You've earned this time, and you absolutely have the right and the wisdom to nurture your well-being, savoring every single day. So, the heart of our conversation today is truly about embracing where we are right now, with kindness and understanding. It's about recognizing the incredible value within us at every age and stage. Remember, you have so much wisdom, so much life lived, and that is a powerful foundation for whatever comes next. Your journey continues to unfold, and you are the author of these chapters. It is absolutely never too late to learn something new, to change direction, or simply to appreciate the beauty in the everyday. Your potential doesn't have an expiry date. Believe in your ability to adapt, to grow, and to find joy right where you are. You hold the power to shape your days and your outlook. Let that inner strength guide you forward with confidence and grace. I'd genuinely love to hear your thoughts on this. What part of our discussion resonated most with you today? Is there something you learned, or perhaps a feeling that came up for you? Maybe you have your own experiences you'd like to share in the comments below. Connecting with each other and sharing our stories really does build such a wonderful sense of community here. If you found value in our time together, a simple thumbs up really helps others find these conversations. And if you know someone who might appreciate this message, please feel free to share it with them. Of course, if you'd like to continue joining us for chats like this, we'd be honored if you subscribed to the channel. Thank you, truly, for staying with me until the very end. Your presence and your time means so much. Thank you for being part of this space we're building together. Remember to be kind and gentle with yourself this week. You are important, and you deserve moments of peace and happiness. Let's keep supporting each other on this journey. Take good care, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon.